Well, it was not the outcome the Jags hoped for. Now 0-2 after facing the Cleveland Browns at home. To bring us up to speed on exactly what went wrong is News4Jax Sportscaster Alessandra Pontbriand. Good morning, Alessandra.
Good morning. I like how we said in the commercial break, we said, sad Jags.
Sad Jags.
Sad
Yeah.
Jags. Frustrated Jags.
Yeah. Well, what's going on here?
Unfortunately.
What's not happening that needs to
Isn't
be happening?
winning a game? That's the first
Okay.
thing. Yeah, no, this is really upsetting. I think everyone was shocked. I know the four of us in the News for Jack sports team, we all were like, oh, the Jaguars are gonna win this. Like, how do you not beat Deshaun Watson and the Browns, especially after their week one performance? And they didn't. It was really disappointing. After the game, you could see the frustration and disappointment, not only through Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence's press conferences, but that locker room was really depressing.
Mhm.
Trevor Lawrence said it best. He said that they suck. He was like, "We suck right now," and it's shocking. And he said that the offseason training camp they did so well, and, they expected to have a good season. There were so many, highs going into this season, and then now they're 0-2. So it's like, what's wrong? I asked Christian Kirk and I asked Mitch Morse, what the issues were, and they were like communication.
Mm.
Mitch Morse said communication and then execution, and Christian Kirk said, communication's an issue, which that's a glaring issue if, this offense has been together for 3 years and there's
Mm.
really not that many new additions except, yes, Gabe Davis and Brian Thomas Jr., but on the offensive line, it's only Mitch Morse. So, you
They
know,
should have it down,
they
right?
should, of course, if you've been in a offense for 3 years, you guys should know exactly what you're doing. You shouldn't need that much communication. You should just know. So, you know, I think this week and during the press conferences, I'm going to ask, Press Taylor, the offensive coordinator, Doug Peterson, just to elaborate on that. What is the issue with your communication? Are you guys just not communicating at all? It's a team sport. You have to talk. Or, is the play getting to them late and he can't, say the play quick enough? There's so many, who knows? And that's just speculation, of course, for me. But, it's glaring to hear that communication is an issue,
He was
for an
sacked
offense.
4 times in the
4
game, and
times.
the last one, that very consequential
Yeah,
safety that
safety.
kind of decided the game, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Who knows what the play was? I know some people were saying, "Why would you call that play?" We didn't even see the play. You didn't even have time to see the play, because he was already sacked. So it's like you don't know. There were 2 offensive linemen that were beat by 1 defensive lineman. And that's not okay. You can't do that. How do you 2 people on 1 guy? You should be, and that was the guy that sacked Trevor Lawrence too. So it's I don't even know. Where do you go from here?
The defense still doing all right, though? I mean,
Great.
yeah.
Listen, Jamal was saying this last night on the Sunday Sports Zone, which you can watch Sunday nights on News for Jacks at 10:30 p.m. Humble little input there.
Mhm.
But he was saying, he was like, the league average last year was, or league average for scoring last year was 21.8. The Jaguars defense held Miami to 20. That's the best offense in the league last year. And then you just held the Browns to 18. So you're getting them under the league average. The offense just needs to score at least 20 points or more just to get to the league average to win the games, and they weren't able to do that. So it's a little disappointing when the defense is doing their job and then the offense is just not reciprocating. I was filming the game yesterday and they were right in the red zone. They weren't able to score. How do you not score when you're only 2 yards away from the goal line?
There was an interesting take, my husband was actually reading some of it to me in The Athletic, talking about how Trevor Lawrence, you know, if you look at his performance stats, hasn't done well throwing into a close,
Yeah.
um, a kind of a tight, I guess, hole or whatever. That, his completed passes and the work that he has done successfully hasn't really been this great under pressure playing.
Yeah, he definitely needs to play better. Miami, he did have some good passes that were in tight windows. The one to Brian Thomas Jr. when he scored the touchdown, that was a good one. But yesterday, the offense just looked horrible. The only good play, I mean, Travis Etienne had a good running play. Brian Thomas Jr.'s 66-yard reception, that was a good play. And Brenton Strange had 1 or 2 good throws at the end. But, Trevor Lawrence needs to play better. I think Trevor Banks Stadium, you read the room, like that was not, you shouldn't have done that. Miles Garrett even said it after the game that they heard that it was going to be named Trevor Banks Stadium. They were like, now we really want to beat him because he has the stadium named after him.
Makes him
It
like a
was
fatter
tone deaf.
target. Yeah.
Absolutely. It was tone deaf and they shouldn't have done it. They should have waited until, and I get, marketing promotions, you do it before the season, but read the room. The Miami loss was not good. Jaguars fans are not happy. Now they're really not happy. And now you know that the Browns heard it was Trevor Banks Stadium and wanted to beat you. It's a little tone deaf. So,
Yeah.
yeah, next week, Monday Night Football at the Bills for Monday Night. Yeah, Monday Night Football at the Bills. So hopefully they can turn around. That is a hard place to play, though, especially nighttime, prime time.
Well, Alessandra, we will be hoping to talk to you after that game as well. Thank you so much for being here. It's always great to catch up with you on Mondays.
Yeah, hopefully we can talk about like positive vibes
A
next
win,
week.
right? Not the sad Jags. Right?